Hey, it's April from the Noble Garden. Today is June the 2nd, and this is my 4th garden tour of 2023. In case you have not been watching any of my videos, I am Zone 7B. I am in the Western Piedmont area of North Carolina, and our spring crops are coming out. It's getting to be too hot for them. If they don't last this week, maybe next week, but they're really on the tail end. And then when we get to my summer crops, we are having some issues with it, and we'll talk about it when we get there. But let's start off with our kale. Our kale is still hanging in there. Oregano. Now this is where you're going to start seeing some change. I have harvested a lot of cauliflower. There's still some cauliflower heads in there that I'm hoping that will be able to last until next week. Our broccoli has gone to seed, so today after I get done harvesting what I want off of it, I'm going to go ahead and start taking some of the broccoli plants out. Cabbages, some of those are coming out today. And then our red cabbage really hasn't done as good as the green. Their heads are much smaller. Oh, that one's actually not ready anyways, but the heads have been much smaller or not really doing anything at all. That is a volunteer sunflower. And here you're going to see 2 cucumber plants, and on the back of that are 2 zucchinis. Now in this row you have my 2 cucumbers. Radishes are on the other end, and the carrots. The radishes and the carrots are coming out today. This is catnip, followed by some more broccoli, which they have small heads, but you'll notice these heads just aren't really tight. So I'll probably just go ahead and harvest that and take this broccoli out. Oregano, more broccoli. This head's a little bit bigger, but you notice how the tips are just getting loose. This will probably flower soon. So when it flowers, it looks like this. The flowers are edible. My kids eat them all the time. These are the little pods. If I were to let these pods dry out, there will be seeds. That's how you get broccoli seeds. Another broccoli head. Here you go. Here's a really gorgeous cabbage. You see how tight that head is? So that is most definitely a cabbage that's coming out today. Some more oregano, and these are some onions. Now this bed right here, this is some of the kale that's coming back from where we didn't take the root out of it. We just cut it off. I just let it be. But I do have a squash plant in here. The other seed did not germinate, so I do need to put another squash seed in there. These are some onions that I put in back in March. They are doing really, really good. I'm very excited. It might be my best onion harvest. See? I put these back in March. This is the candy version, so I'm expecting them to be ready probably the end of this month. This bed is my garlic. I expect my garlic to also be done by the end of the month. And right here is a volunteer watermelon, which is fine because this is actually my watermelon bed area. So it just helped me out, get a head start on watermelon. This week, we're going to finish putting watermelon beds down there and get some watermelons in. I want to get them started because I feel like I'm a little late on them. But I do this every year. Around the beginning of June is when I put in my watermelons and it all works out. So this bed is carrots, which I will be pulling one out today to see their size. And depending on their size, depends on if I harvest them today or not. I did put more squash seeds in here, but I don't see any that have germinated. This has a lot of the same thing where the heads didn't come out all the way. I'll probably go ahead and finish picking them out because I did put corn in here. It did not germinate very well. So I might go behind myself and put some more corn in. Now this section right here, I harvest all of my cauliflowers. And so I will finish taking the roots out and plan on planting something here. I don't know what I want to do quite yet. I know that my summer crops, which I'll show you in a minute, are not doing so good, so I'll probably go ahead and put some more zucchini and squash in. I did put me some cucumber seeds in. As I pull out this spring crop, I have been putting in summer stuff along the way. I do have a couple arches I need to go up, and we're aware of that. But I'm just trying to get a head start on some summer crops over here. This right here is kale. Behind it is some more Swiss chard and another plant of catnip. In my opinion, the best bed I have is this YouTube garden bed, which I need to make another video. But this bed has done really great. We have the dinosaur kale. We have a cucumber in the back. It is the only thing in here that didn't do so good, so I'm going to replant 2 cucumbers. But you see the green beans, tomatoes. That is either squash or zucchini. And then there is a baby plant. Basil, peppers, marigolds. This tomato plant is surprisingly big, and I'm trying to find them because I saw like good sized babies on it the other day. Oh, here they are. They're getting a head start on babies. This bed right here has several radishes that are coming out today. This is my last of my romaine, and it's not ready today, so it's gonna be left in, and hopefully next week's warmer temperatures don't screw it up because I need to harvest it next week. That over there is kohlrabi. It has not really done what it's supposed to do, so I have no clue if I'm gonna have kohlrabi or not. This one's the only one that really has. You see the ball at the end? That's what it's supposed to do. But I'm not really seeing any of the other ones doing it. We put corn in here, but our dog and our cat have all been digging it up, so it probably needs to be reseeded. Sunflower seed that planted itself. This is more kohlrabi. We'll see what it does or doesn't do. We have broccoli, which same thing. I'm probably going to have to go ahead and cut these heads so that they don't turn to seed. More radishes. They're not ready yet. Cabbage. Look at that gorgeous sunflower. There's one over there too. These sunflowers are going to have multi heads. I can't really show you guys. Look. There's one there. And one there. I can't wait to see what color this one is. More red cabbage that's doing the same thing. I just guessed that it got too hot for red cabbage. Catnip. This is the cabbage that we bought from the nursery. I'm pretty sure almost every single one of its heads are ready. More kale. On the back end of this, you will see snow peas. It is getting too hot for snow peas, so you're going to see them turning yellow and leaves getting crispy. I think they may have another week on them. Some more radishes. This is my last round of cauliflower. I'm not sure what it's going to do because of the heat. I would love for it to survive because farther down is my purple cauliflower, and I have been trying that for a couple years now. And then this is Swiss chard and slow boat lettuce. The slow boat lettuce is coming out today. All right, guys. This is the summer side, and I will talk to you about all of its issues. Our best crop over here are these potatoes. They're looking amazing. You want potatoes to flower, and then you want them to die down. And once the plant looks like dead, like very dead, that's when you come and harvest it. Now we're going to go down some aisles. This right here is okra, and okra is a very warm loving crop, and I have noticed as it's getting hotter, it's getting better. And then now you're going to see some corn, which in this video today, the corn looks very well. These are our newer beds. We put them in this year, so this is the very first time any crops are being grown in them. These are my cattle panel arches that contain watermelon, cucumbers, Jari melons, cantaloupes, noodle beans, but they're not doing well. Like, I don't even know if I see a live watermelon at this point. This is probably the only one. And then the Kajari melons, you can't really see this one because it's covered in diatomaceous earth. There's another one here. There's 3 right there now. Now we're going to be going into my Minnesota midgets, which I had to put new seeds in. You could barely see them because they're so tiny and covered up with diatomaceous earth. Nothing really impressive, I guess, about them then. Now we're getting into cucumbers. They're just growing super slow. Some look dead and not good. There's a seedling that just popped up. Very hard to see anything on these aisles. Let's walk through them quickly and then we'll have a conversation. Now the noodle beans on the end, that side's doing good. That side, not so much. Before I finish, we have been hit hard with cucumber beetles and they have tore up my squash and zucchini rows. I do think also this soil had too much nitrogen. It had a lot of sticks in it and it's breaking down, which locks up nitrogen. I am in the process of researching it and trying to figure out how to help my plants because this side is suffering so bad. But I will show you my squash, but just letting you know, they don't look good. I have used several organic products trying to rid myself of these cucumber beetles. But not only are they having bug issues, but the leaves are yellow. Some are looking better. I did give them a dose of fish emulsion earlier this week, seeing if that would help since they're lacking nitrogen now. And you'll see diatomaceous earth on them. That's for bugs. They just look awful. Now on the other side here are my green beans, which green beans are a nitrogen loving crop, so they will do fine in these type of conditions, and they're fine. They look really, really good. This is my pepper row. Last year my peppers did not like this type of soil. This year they're doing really good with the soil. And then these are my cherry tomatoes, which look amazing. And let me tell you what I did with these cherry tomatoes as we walk down this aisle. They look really good. I put in their whole coffee, Epsom salt, and worm castings. And I've been doing some research on Epsom salt possibly helping with the nitrogen lockup. So I'm wondering if this is why this side is doing so well. Look at my tomatoes. They're starting to give me lots of babies because this looks gorgeous. I'm very happy with the appearance of these tomatoes. Now this right here is my zucchini aisle, and just like the squash, it's really not doing very well. And then we're going to start some more tomatoes, which look great. These are more of my slicer tomatoes. There's actually a good sized baby on this one, see? So they're starting to produce, and that's exciting. But they're looking a little bit better than the poor squash over there. But still not the best. They should be bigger now. They should be producing by now. Sorry to keep switching sides, but I keep finding big tomatoes I want to show off. So like I said, tomatoes are doing fine. This right here is my biggest squash plant. Sorry, this is zucchini. And even it's not that pretty. On this end right here that had nothing, I did plant me some sunflowers, but then I saw my cat digging in it, so I don't know if you moved my seeds. More tomatoes. Now, these 2 rows look fine. So this last row's not doing as well. If I can remember correctly, when my husband put these in, I believe he told me that he ran out of Epsom salt. And if that's the case, then I'm leaning toward adding some Epsom salt to the squash and zucchini plants just to see if it'll help with the nitrogen lockup. This right here is my sweet potato bed, and it is not doing good. I ordered more sweet potatoes, and we will put them in. There's a few crops in here that are fine, like this one, and these few right here are. But as you go down the middle, they're not doing so well. So I have some coming. Thank you guys for tuning into my weekly garden tour. I plan on doing this every week for you guys, and hopefully I'll figure out some things on the summer side and be able to report good things, and also be able to teach you guys how I fixed my locked up nitrogen soil issue. Thank you guys for watching.